Hello and welcome to this edition of Tok Piksa. On tonight's program, a lively conversation with members of the Leniata Legacy Group. But first, the national government has identified public-private partnership as a key tool in addressing the lack of service delivery in almost all our remote communities. The churches in PNG are a living testimony and are amongst the most outstanding non-governmental organizations when it comes to people development. The United Church is among others who continue to work in some of the most remote and isolated parts of the country to deliver God's word while bringing about development. Its bishop for the East Papua region, Reverend Laka Renagi, is driving this agenda in the Central and Milne Bay provinces and has recently gained support from the commerce and trade industry. Bernadette Effie with this report.
We had to wait for the moon to come out in order for the sea to be calm before we convened our 2-hour boat trip to 5 Bay. We arrived there around midnight. The community were there to receive the bishop and his delegation at the bay. Celebrations continued till dawn. 5 Bay is one of the pastoral stations for the church. It was once a Bible college. Now it has been converted to a high school which caters for some 200 students from the SWAO LLG. Its staff received 4 new houses recently. The church now plans to build a teachers' college here. Government, through its commerce and trade industry, is serious about growing the SME sector in Papua New Guinea to alleviate poverty and improve living standards for the people. The Small Business Development Corporation has been tasked to attend to the rural population. One of its first clients is the United Church. 'Reverend Laka Renagi is the United Church Bishop for the East Papua region. He has been doing the church's work for over 40 years. Over the years, he noticed that service delivery continued to be a problem for rural communities. Government agencies have also been struggling to make this work on their own. The bishop saw that the church needed to partner with the government to bring the long overdue goods and services to the people, starting in its pastoral stations in the Milne Bay and Central provinces. Business training came to mind. Early this year, the mission began to bear fruit. Over 150 villagers from the Rigo and Hula communities graduated with certificates on how to start and manage businesses. The church believed this was the way forward to empower the people. The partnership was made official last week at the 5 Bay in the SWAO LLG of the Milne Bay province.
I have seen the downs and ups of our church. Some time ago, missionary was called for, and I did the missionary throughout our region. And one of the things I found out, economic, financial sector of our church was not improving, not developing. In fact, what we receive is only enough for spiritual part of our pastoral areas, pastoral sections of the church. But it was difficult for us to fund the social side of the church, which is education, health, youth movement, women's movement, men's movement. This kind of social areas we cannot meet if we continue, because we do not have the capacity to build to meet our requirements to look after those areas, sectors in our church.
The MOU was signed during a graduation ceremony for 152 men women and youths from the LLG. They receive certificates on how to start and manage their businesses. The villages underwent 2 weeks of intensive business training. The training focused on developing the fishing and agriculture sector.
This MOU paves the way forward for continued partnership in promoting the government's first of its kind program. In this partnership of the government and churches to promote SME development in the country. It was never in the past taken such a big interest or youth's interest from the church. The government recognizes that the United Church East Central Papua region is the first denomination in the country that has recognized the need to educate these members, to capacitate them under its stewardship program so that they can be equal players in the development of the country.
The station is gradually being developed. At the moment, there is no electricity, Digicel and B-Mobile network coverages, and even trade stores. This partnership is also seen as a breakthrough for more development projects to come for the LLG.
Welcome back to Tok Piksa. The Leniata Legacy is a non-profit organization based in Brisbane, Australia. The group is made up of 4 dynamic young PNG women who decided that violence against women had to stop following the gruesome killing of a mother in Mount Hagen earlier this year. They named the organization after that victim, Kepari Leniata. The Leniata Legacy organized the protest house cry march in May this year. The aim as an organization is to be an international platform against gender-based violence in PNG. Deli Bagu interviewed the founders.
I have the ladies from Leniata Legacy here with me, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Phil McKelligai. I'm from Yalibu in the Southern Highlands Province.
I'm Mona Endehipa. I'm from Enga Province and Popondetta.
Hi, I'm Cassandra Rangip, and I'm from Mount Hagen and also a background in West Indies in Guyana.
Hi, I'm Gertrude, and I'm from Namatanai.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much for your time, ladies. Tell us a bit about the Leniata Legacy. What is it all about?
The Leniata Legacy is an organization that's based overseas in Brisbane. It is to act as an international platform for victims of gender-based violence in Papua New Guinea, especially women.
Okay. What is the main message and the focus of the legacy?
The main purpose of the Leniata Legacy is to be international advocates, as Filma has already stated, but it's on a more encompassing field. We just want to empower women and to just provide them the tools and opportunities to rise above this gender-based violence that we're experiencing currently in the country.
Okay. Tell us a bit of a background of the legacy. How did it all begin?
It all began after Kepari Leniata, a young woman, a 20-year-old woman, an Angan woman, was killed in Mount Hagen and brutally was burned alive on 6th of February of this year. And we had an International Women's Day, which was 8th of March, and we had a vigil for her. And we all wore black and a minute of silence for her. And then obviously there was a lot of killings after that, a lot of various killings that came up sort of sporadically and, in consecutive order. And then there was the obviously the national house cry, and so we organized the Brisbane protest of up to 400 people, and that's what drive the momentum to create this organization on 30th of April of this year.
Okay. How do you all know each other? Do you have the same interest? How did you all meet, and how did you all form this group?
Yeah, so the Brisbane community is a pretty small community, so we've all kind of known each other for a while. And yeah, so when Leniata's story happened, as Cassie said, on International Women's Day, that kind of really touched each and every one of us in a different way and pushed us to really stand up and do something for the women in Papua New Guinea. So yeah, it's pretty much just that longing to want to do something to help back home that brought us all together.
All right. So why are you all in Port Moresby?
Well, currently, as part of one of our strategies for the Leniata Legacy, we are organizing a week-long campaign. There are two ad campaigns. We're running the Stop campaign and the Carry campaign, and we're running an empowerment course for young women currently at the Baruni Primary School. That's why we're here for a week.
Okay. How has the response been like?
It's been extremely overwhelming. I really wanted to thank the response with men in our community has been overwhelming. The one distinct memory that I have of such a powerful support was the young man at the house cry at the, I beg your pardon, the protest that we hosted in Brisbane. Johnson Yagabu. Yeah. He at this event in front of all us women apologized to us, and this was something that was quite moving. It actually moved us to tears, and it was a profound moment for all of us. And I think just the fact that he was brave enough to come out and apologize to us on his behalf, on behalf of all men in PNG in Australia was twice as powerful. And so knowing that we have men, if it's only one in our corner, we know that we're doing something right. And so it's a partnership, you know, it's not just for women, but it's also for men. And the fact that they come out and support us too is empowering in and of itself. So that's been great.
Oh, just to add to that,
for coming out and participating on our Stop campaign, but most importantly, I really just want to take this opportunity to thank our Brisbane-based community. The residents out there have been fantastic in supporting the movement. I think we all have interest in stopping this atrocities that are happening. So the response has been extremely great and overwhelming, and it's just kept the four of us in focus.
Okay. Have you learned anything new, like being up here and talking to people and sharing your views with them?
It's been nothing but a learning experience, and I think that was why we came here, because we wanted to learn hands-on what was going on with the girls, and especially Baruni Primary School as one of those learning lessons. Meeting these young girls, we found that they had such an amazing view on life, not very restrictive as we had thought. Some of them, you know, Mona, one of Mona's girls, actually wanted to be a meteorologist, and you know, they wanted to be doctors. They had big dreams. So that was huge. That actually gave us a platform for the empowerment program, because these girls had big dreams.
Okay. How did you come up with the program? I mean, did you have anything specific, you know, in mind?
I think I'll give that one to Filma to answer.
We researched different programs because we wanted to implement something that would be cater for Papua New Guinea. So we looked at the different programs available through the United Nations and other organizations, and we found one that was used in other third world nations, African nations, etc. And this program is called Empowering Young Women to Lead, and it was specific to our type of culture. So we thought that would be very useful, and it proved to be very useful.
Okay. There are two types of campaigns. I see Kepari Cares campaign and the Carry campaign. Are they different, or?
This week that we're here, that's the Kepari Cares Empowerment Program that we're running, and it was specifically for the Baruni Primary School, the young girls of Baruni Primary School. But we currently have two ad campaigns running simultaneously. One is a stop campaign that we launched on Sunday, where residents of Moresby were able to come out and lend their identity to continue to drive the message of ending this gender-based violence issue that we have. And those images will be used as a viral ad campaign through video montages on YouTube, Facebook, utilizing the internet, because it's such a global marketing tool that we want to use to our advantage to spread the word that we're going through a state of emergency. Our second ad campaign is a carry campaign, and that is specifically for figureheads and persons of interest. And this is a campaign that we would really appreciate the support of our community and our figureheads out there, because we can only do so much, and the moment we hit a brick wall is the moment your figure and your identity and your legacy will continue to live forward in the Carry campaign. So those are the two simultaneous ad campaigns that we're running, but the Kipari Cares Empowerment Program was specifically this entire week of empowerment for the Burundi girls.
Okay. I know your campaign and your messages are centered around violence against women. How have the male folks reacted to this message?
Wow, great question. At Vision City, I had quite a response. I was a little battleground, but a lot of men. Mona actually had an example, a really good example. I'll let her share that with you after this. But they would speak. I had a church leader speak to me about his beliefs in the Bible and how he believed that women were less than men, and it justified men being hitting women. So I think that there was a lot of responses similar to that, and it made us actually want to. It drove us more to be part of this campaign.